Well, after 4 days of rugby league, just one game remains. The Under-19 National Final, New South Wales City and the Queensland Rubies. The Rubies, the defending champions, they defeated the Queensland Sapphires in the final in Redcliffe last year, but the team to beat this time around is New South Wales City. We'll look at the lineups momentarily, but the teams are out on the Bob Singh Oval. New South Wales City in the yellow and blue, the Queensland Rubies in the white and maroon. Let's look at the New South Wales City side. Kasito Hiku, Patessa Leo, Maddie Binding and Rosemary Beckett, the centres. Zoe Cass completes the back five. Urana Mua and Milson, the halves. Vaki, Cherrington and Kennard, the front row. Poole, Wilson and Duckett completing the starting side. Lutu, Amiatu, Hopawati, Jackson, Williams, Maiva and Soliola complete the City side. Bati, Ofoa, Utalgi, Peters, Marshall, Williamson, Kiara Ratu is the back seven. Parise, Colch, Kia, Gerard, Larson and Barnes complete the Rubies starting side. Jakey, Tutalili, Cardi and Bati complete the Rubies. We are straight into it. Adam Santarossa, Meg Ward and Cameron Stallard, your commentary team. Cannot wait for this one. New South Wales City and the Queensland Rubies. What are we expecting out of this, Meg?
We have a cracking game here. I can't wait to watch this one. Queensland, New South Wales batting it out.
And an error off the kickoff. We saw that in the Open Women's Final. Those nerves we spoke about, perhaps following in the Under-19s, and Tohai Hiku.
It was touched and then gone out.
Hands possession early to the Rubies. You mentioned how slick they were against the Sapphires, New South Wales City. Not so, opening this one. First try, so crucial, momentum.
Here we are. Oh, go.
In the way of the Rubies. Colch at a dummy half. Parise on the charge.
Roll out. Hee-ho. Go to.
They swing it to the right. Larson, the captain of the Rubies. She's been a standout in this campaign. Strong crowd in, it's a knock on. So unlike both sides, some early errors.
Maybe a bit of nerves coming into this grand final. There's a lot of pressure on both teams. We love a State of Origin matchup, Queensland versus New South Wales. Unfortunate there.
All right,
Larson, such a good player.
Second row's locks, arms around, two hands.
Yeah, just a little fumble there on her foot, unfortunately.
We mentioned the eyes on this game across Australia, of course. We have NRLW teams looking at this one, but also selectors for Under-19 Origin as well. So plenty on the line for these sides. And of course, the national title is what they're playing for. As Tohai Hiku, she started at fullback, has shifted to the centres as the tournament's progressed. Sherrington to dummy half. Perhaps the biggest stage a lot of these players have been on. Turned inboard by Duckett.
13, roll out. Let's hold.
Some real strike in the back row as well. Poole, Opawati as well. Urana Mua goes to the line, pokes the head through. Tohai Hiku was off her shoulder. Last tackle now. Clean set to this point. Wilson to the kicking. She hangs it in the air. They almost get in each other's road, the Rubies, but contended with by Fisher Pearson and City all offside.
Great set to start, City. Just completed it, got to their kick. Unfortunate, they were all offside. Didn't run them onside. But good signs. Completed the set. The coach will be happy with that.
Good meters gained by Korea Ratu as well, the halfback for the Rubies. As I mentioned, defending champs in the Under-19s. They defeated the Sapphires last year, but we now have our New South Wales Queensland showdown. Strong over the top by Tohai Hiku. Slow to play is Tutalili. Parise gets them over halfway. Good crowd have come in for this one. Well supported across the 4 days of the Harvey Norman NRL Women's Premiership. Absolute feast of rugby league. Can't wait for this one. It's coming to the ball nicely in the early moments. Gerard, powerful run. Has them 10 out from the line. Colch can run from dummy half. Williamson scored 2 yesterday in that win over country. Last tackle now. Do they have an end to the set? They send it high and test the back five of City. Batty rolls it along the ground, but Uranamu is there to claim. And they can fight out from their own end. So starting to go set for set and really get comfortable with this game.
Yeah, that was a great set by Queensland too, getting to their kick. Probably not the exact kick that they would have wanted at the end of the set, but look where they've got New South Wales City with a great little offload there.
Starting to drift across field, Sienna Williams. Charrington, we saw that long-range effort in that win over the Sapphires. Look for her run out of dummy half.
12 here. Hold. Go through.
Slow to play it. And they put it down again. So, unlike New South Wales City, it was Kennard who
16,
spilt possession.
Hold. Hold. Go 0.
So, our national crown is on the line. Stakes have not been higher across these 4 days.
Release the arm. 13. Hold. Go 1.
Have them backpedaling. Williamson met in a strong tackle by both Hopewadi. All the way back to halfway. It's a loss of 20-odd metres. They have to start again through Gerard.
Okay, 10 stand. Let's hold 13. 13.
So lined out to the left. Strong contact again. It's Hopewadi once more. Putting the body on the line.
13 need to hold. Hold. Go 4.
Go without Kariaratu. Is that a knock-on? It is. So both sides misfiring a little in their attack.
Yeah, I think we watched it in the last game in the Open Women's Grand Final, but I think the team that's going to win this game is literally just the one that's going to hold on to the footy. So I feel like the message going out there for both these teams is just going to be, let's just keep it simple, get the other team, get to our kick, pin them in the corner, and whichever team can do that the best, I think will come out winner.
So they'll start a set 40 out from the line. Unlike City, they were so slick in that 40-0 win yesterday. Everything they threw stuck, and Sienna Williams is injured here. It looks to be a lower leg injury. She does look to be in some distress. We have had some serious injuries this tournament. We hope this isn't another to a promising young talent in Sienna Williams. Still wait for first points between New South Wales City, and they will call for the stretcher to assist. Hopefully this is not a major injury to one of their stars, but we're talking about the message, a chance to relay that message now and just calm things. That intense first 5 minutes is done.
You can see here she makes a great little break, just unfortunately gets her ankle stuck underneath.
Yeah, so they're just sort of pushing it, yeah.
Looks like they're going to get the stretcher out here to help her out.
Yeah.
We will go down to the sideline. Cameron Stallard, well placed.
Yeah, right in front of me at the moment. Looks to be a limb injury on her left-hand side, so we wish her all the best, but she's in great hands. It is a beautiful day and a really good crowd here at Pizzey Park on the Gold Coast. 20 degrees. We basically hit our top. It was around 21, but perfect conditions for rugby league, with the crowd agreeing. And it is a little bit of a matinee to what we are going to expect on June 23 in Sydney. The Queensland Under-19 side taking on New South Wales. And Wardy, I know that you're going to have a box seat for that clash in Sydney, and you must be really happy with what you've seen from both the Rubies and the Sapphires over the last 4 days.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this Rubies team out here have been the absolute standouts. I think they've played really well. They've been really strong through the middle, and we've seen some awesome talent out wide as well. Sapphires have also had a cracking tournament. Unfortunately, like we're seeing here, there's been a couple of injuries to the Queensland Sapphires side as well, which they've been battling. But I suppose I just want to shout out to all the support staff and how amazing they've been around all these girls, and unfortunately some of these injuries that we've had.
Yeah, of course, I've had the pleasure of calling every game here across the 4 days. It's been busy work, but the Rugby League has been great to watch, and I think it's been great, the harmony between all the sides around the hotel, seeing them bonding and forming these friendships. And also, too, the ADF had a great win yesterday, which I know you've had involvement with the past. Let's look at the standings in the Under-19s while we have a moment. And these, of course, are the pool winners. New South Wales City topping the pool. And it was courtesy of that win over the Queensland Sapphires 40-0. And sometimes, you talked about it, Meg, that when you are so slick, sometimes you just want to throw the footy around because everything's sticking. Sometimes you just got to go back to the drawing board and just build that pressure, build your sets and go from there. Yeah,
absolutely. I think that we can sometimes overcomplicate what rugby league is. I like to tell, I told the ADF girls this, and if you it's literally just trying to put the ball over a white line and stop the other team from putting it over your white line. So it can be very simple, and it's literally just holding on to the footy, getting it up the other end, defending hard, putting your body on the line. And these are the big games, especially these close matches, the grand finals, where it's going to come down to who's willing to put their body on the line more. So I think we've had a little bit of a slow start by both teams, probably a bit of grand final jitters, but I'm sure with this little bit of a break, the coaches will be running their messages out there.
Yeah, we saw on that table Northern Territory, who actually did push the Rubies in their game on day 2. It's good to see these developing nations starting to have confidence, starting to grow their talent bases in, I guess, foreign rugby league lands that are still trying to grow the game and develop these young players. Yeah, well, my journey actually started from the NT, so I absolutely love this. Is one of my favourite tournaments because I think we do find some of those, I suppose they say, gems in the rough. So I think that we're so exciting, and those states and territories really growing their competitions. And you can see that the talent coming through, especially the NT under-19s. I had a great chat with the NT women's team and just got in and told them, like, look at the pathways that you girls are creating, you girls are showing and being an example for these young girls coming through, and even the young girls back home, that there's opportunities where they'll be able to come through and hopefully pick up an NRLW contract. Yeah, good point you make. And I think, too, those young players watching the national champs on NRL.com or KO Sports, wherever they are tuning in around Australia, they can see that this is where they can potentially go with the national championships. Wherever state you're from, you can come and show your wares and become a better footy player, and who knows from there, whether it's the NRLW or State of Origin or even Australian honours. So, as Sienna Williams is still receiving treatment. So Sienna Williams, you see the ambulance heading off the ground. Our thoughts certainly go out to her and hope it's not a serious injury, but did cause a delay, which both sides just concluding the warm-ups again, and we'll get this game back underway. We had about 6 minutes of the first half of this one, neither side affecting the scoreboard, but also great work to Cameron Stallard to have a couple of pretty interesting interviews with some high-profile NRL women's talent to talk us through the pathways and where the game is going, and obviously what's to come in what is a pretty loaded calendar of women's rugby league in the next 12 months. State of Origin will dominate that in the next few weeks. The NRLW will return. And then a World Cup at the end of the year. It is coming thick and fast. And there's plenty of opportunities potentially for some of these players out there. We are just about set to return. Adam Santarossa, Meg Ward and Cameron Stallard, your commentators. You're watching the Under-19 National Final. New South Wales City and the Queensland Rubies were scoreless. Have had a delay due to a serious injury, but we are back underway now. Chance for both sides to just reset, work on a couple of things. Handling errors, letting each down in those early moments. Chance to just calm the nerves and get back to their structure. Here's Hopewadi. She's one that's proven impactful both with the footy and without. She has them. 25 out from the line. Sherrington into dummy half. Wilson shows it. Poulet, another who's been damaging out wide. Another strong charge, has them 10 out from the line. Can they find first points on this set? Wilson sends it high, scuffed off the side of the boot, but Ratu does well, and under the pressure of Toha Hiku, defused the bomb.
I feel like an exciting point to bring up is that Pooley is actually a Queensland talent and a high potential for the Queensland under-19 State of Origin side. Moved down to Sydney for some opportunities with the Roosters, but is a Queensland talent, which is very exciting. We've got some awesome talent coming up through the Queensland pathways. I think we're going to have a cracking State of Origin match in a couple of weeks' time down in Sydney.
Yeah, both sets of players showing their wares potentially for maroon or sky blue in the coming week. Those teams will be named, as we heard, in a week or so. Needs to be taken cleanly, and well done in the end by Cass. Lutu. Good charge. She was really impressive in that win
Let's hold.
over the Sapphires. Helped herself to a try and racked up the metres as well. It's what they're
13, roll
doing
up.
through Wilson.
Lock in. Hold.
So it's defensive work for the Rubies in this one. No points as yet. Our under-19 national final. Second final of today. It's a New South Wales win in the Open Women's as well. New South Wales country lifting the trophy high. So City counterparts looking for first points here.
Go last.
Lutu to dummy half. Joanna Mua will do the kicking. Put under pressure. They allow it to bounce dangerously. They haven't dealt with it. Leo. She's a poacher. Plenty of tries this tournament, but ball just escaping her there.
Two heaps better sets by both teams. City have come out, completed their last two sets, which is what I think that they needed to do. A great kick there. Put under pressure. Awesome work there by Helen to knock it out over the sideline for a goal line dropout. Let's see how Queensland go here in defence again.
So Williams restarts. Tahahiku fumbles. It's knocked back, fortunately, and they will run it back. 30 out from the line. It's a different story to that game against the Sapphires. They had scored 4 tries to this point in that one and just raced away. This one well and truly in the balance. Hopewadi again showing her wares. It's a loose carry though, as I say that.
Scrum.
So the handling errors continue to affect these sides. Bruising defence.
Not a bad option. You'll see here, so strong. She's got such powerful legs busting through. Goes for a little offload. Unfortunate it was a bit low, but there could have been an opportunity there early in the tackle. Maybe could have held on to it. But I saw why she threw it. There was the option there.
Lock thumbs around. 2 hands.
Unfortunate there, but she's already had such a big impact, Hopewadi.
Want a knock on from the scrum base. So unlike both of these sides, can they make them pay immediately? City, it's Cass. She can prove a finisher. Lutu out of dummy half. Markers weren't square, but we play on. A full set to City.
13, release. 1 foot. Hold.
Cherrington spins it to the left. Here's Hopewadi. She's been the danger.
Okay, 15, release.
She'll play it a metre out from the line.
Hold. Goes through.
Still they swing it left. Urana Mua finds Poulet and hands let them down again. So just composure from both sides in key moments, letting them down.
Unfortunate there. They had the numbers there. New South Wales City Poulet just putting it down. I think she just had a little look, which we might see here. Great hands, great pass. Just there, had a little look. Got excited. Unfortunate to put it down. Good defence by Queensland again to hold off their line, but they'll need to complete this set. They need to get out of this end.
So both sides have made some
11 stands.
errors very much unlike them. Just need to complete their sets and get into that arm wrestle. National title on the line. Our under-19s final. New South Wales City, Pool A winners. Queensland Rubies, Pool B. They are the defending champs, the Queenslanders.
6 for more.
Claiming the title against the Sapphires
Go 3.
last time out. 9 minutes before half-time.
6, release the leg. 13 here. Hold. Go 4.
Strong carry over halfway
Last
to
tackle.
Tali'i. Last tackle now. Can they complete the set and turn around this side of New South Wales City? Not the cleaners kick. It's charged down. Is this 6 more? It is. So fortune to the Rubies.
Here we are. Hold. Go. That's 1.
Fisher Pearson scurry out of Derby half. Is this the opportunity they need? They've been camped down doing defensive work.
Hold. Go 2.
Here's Larson, captain of the Rubies. Just straightens the attack.
Square and hold. Go 3.
Both making some changes as well. Parise, good run, good footwork at the line, inside the 10, and it's New South Wales City backpedaling. Culture's going to go on her own here.
Okay, last tackle.
Pulled down a metre out from the line.
Go last.
They're stretched on the right. Williamson with a dummy at the line. Has she slammed it down? The Rubies like it. It's Ellie Williamson who opens the account. She had 2 yesterday.
This way, you've got.
And the Rubies are on the board first.
We're going to have to get it cleaned up.
How good. What an effort from Williamson. I've absolutely loved her this tournament. She just keeps showing up. Great little sight there to see that New South Wales City were a little bit scrambled. Queensland got a good quick play the ball. Just a big dummy. See here, they're scrambling a bit to their left. Quick play the ball, marker still down, and she noticed that, which is every great footballer does, every great half. Great pick up there. She really deserves that one, Ellie. They've been defending a lot too, been really stuck down their half. Finally get an opportunity up the other end, and it's a great sight that they've converted it.
Yeah, a bit of luck going their way. Charge down kick, pounced on by the Rubies, another set, and they made the most of it. Parise's work before that, Larson as well. Some good charges got them close to the line, and the talent of Ellie Williamson has them over it for our first try in our decider. Chance for the 5'8" to turn 4 into 6.
Interesting lineup here for a conversion. I like it.
Has been piloting them over all championship long. Across the 4 days of the Harvey Norman NRL Women's Championship. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you're watching. Flags raised, so 4 turns into 6. Williamson converts her try. Let's send it down to the sideline with Cameron.
It was a low percentage play there from the Rubies. I thought they might have been in a little bit of trouble when they went short side, but Shante Kiria-Ratu come up with the goods, the charge down kick, and they were able to motor downfield and score the 4-pointer through Ellie Williamson. Realistically, I think for both sides, it's just a matter of who can complete their sets at the moment. Both sides, well, Queensland marginally better than New South Wales. Queensland completing at 50%, New South Wales well under that. So that will be the message, I think, to go out in this final 5.5 minutes of the first half to complete. New South Wales just injecting some fresh players into the contest with Chloe Jackson and Mona Lisa Soliola coming into the action.
So both ringing the changes. It's been fairly physical stuff out there. Both doing their share of defence.
All right, let's go, girls.
City will restart us. We do have a player receiving treatment in back play. So Hiku it is.
Saw on the replay of the try, as Ellie Williamson went in to score, it was 2 City players went with a bit of a head clash. She did have a little bit of blood, so they'll just be taping that up. She looks to be okay, though, just clearing that forehead. Strapping it up, and she should be good to go.
They have been in the wars across these 4 days. The commitment shown by all the players, putting the body on the line time and time again. Some of the contact as well, impressive. So we look to crown our under-19 champion, the Queensland Rubies, the defending champs. They have first points. It's a knock-on off the kick-off, though. So they turn the tide back to New South Wales City, and they have a chance to strike before half-time. So unfamiliar for both handling errors. Generally high completion.
Okay, hookers over the top. New South Wales, thank you.
Been unsettled today,
Heads in, locked
given
in.
the delay we did
2
have,
hands.
given the injury to Sienna Williams. It's City, though. They can answer back. Uranamua shows it inboard, and they put it down. Lutu, little too hot to handle.
Oh, go 0.
So inside the final 4.5 minutes. Good offload to Larson. Chance for the Rubies. If they can score again.
Hold. Hold.
They've made good front runners this tournament, the Rubies. Once they get ahead, so hard to pull back.
Here we are. Hold. Sorry, 6 not square. Tackle 2.
Larson into first receiver. Rubies power over halfway.
Help. Release. Steppy 9. Hold.
Kite plays it. Good service to Williamson, our try scorer. Difference maker. She's met a strong tackle this time, though. Pull late.
11 up. Square and hold. Hold. Go 4.
Colch out of dummy half. The number 1 Batty gets into the backfield. Gets to the 40 on the last.
Hold.
3.5 remaining.
11 not there. 11.
Chance for the Rubies to put more pressure on New South Wales City. They get in each other's road, but in the end, Ranamua
On now 11.
takes it comfortably.
Hold. Hold. Go. 1.
And you sense it just has to be mistake-free from City as we edge to half-time.
100%. Queensland just need to hold them out, keep them down this end, be really disciplined leading into the last 3 minutes. And City, I'm sure they'll be looking for some points going into half-time just to give them a bit of confidence coming into the second half.
You get to see Cherrington really run out of dummy half as well. We saw that long-range try she scored yesterday. And defence really muscling up the Rubies. They have this national crown. They don't want to give it away. Lutu, nice footwork close to the line. They'll kick now on halfway. Cass in a dummy half. Uranamua will do the kicking. Turning them around again. Utaagi, is that going to find the sideline? It does. So a good end to the set. With 2.5 minutes remaining in our first half.
Uranamua really putting up some difficult kicks. That one bounced over the sideline, but you can see that she's really putting them up and really testing the back line of the Queensland Rubies. So I definitely, if I'm coach of the Rubies, saying at halftime we really need to be trying to get under those ones and catch them on the full, because it's those bounces that are going to give the girls some trouble.
Yet to really see the likes of Patessa Leo impact the game. Leading try scorer for New South Wales City heading into this one. Talia Marshall as well. The leading try scorers for their respective sides. Marshall and Leo both with 4. It's defence aiming up here. Cherrington leading it with Kennard. As we approach half-time, final 90 seconds of our first half, under-19 national final. New South Wales City and the Rubies. It's the Rubies leading by 6 points to 0. Is there more coming in the closing moments? High-stakes stuff. Williamson, try scorer, looking to turn provider again. Cass safe under the high ball this time. You see the fatigue potentially starting to bite because these City players a little slow getting back, and good offload from Tohai Hiku. Lutu drifting infield. Eventually brought down, 40 out. Final minute of this one. Soliola pumps the legs over halfway. Tough work out there. Plenty on the line. Here's Leo. Mentioned her impact. Their leading try scorer. Good strong run. Final seconds of the half. Good carry here. Chloe Jackson. Last tackle now.
So we've got a head clash. This is going to be lost. Just wait.
Hear the instruction from the referee. Some friendly fire. Farise and Kite, the two. Sonny Gerard as well, just getting some treatment.
Those two have been really impacting through the middle, so hopefully they'll both get checked over here and cleared. Leading into half-time, 10 seconds to go. They'll have a bit of a break at half-time. Both teams really putting their bodies on the line today. Although we've had a couple of head clashes like this, you can really see that in attack and defence, both teams are giving it their all. It's great footy, great talent out there. It's exciting.
They both really played expansive footy to this point of the tournament, but this game is probably a little different. It's been played through the middle, as you said, very physical. Does that change in the second half? We wait and see. New South Wales City look to fire a shot before the break. Uranamua grubbing in behind the line. Chase coming too in good number, but well done from Batty. Concedes the dropout, but that will just about be that in the first half. Siren sounds. Half-time in our under-19 national final, and the Queensland Rubies take a slender lead to the half-time break. Ellie Williamson, the try scorer, she's the difference between the two sides. A big second 20 to come. I'm sure you're enjoying this wherever you're watching. What a day we have had. The Open Age National Final. We saw New South Wales country turning it on with Western Australia. And the Rubies really edging things in that first half, despite only a one-try lead.
I feel like it was a really close matchup, which means we're going to have an even more exciting second half. Wishing Sienna Williams all the best. unfortunately got taken away for New South Wales City with a bit of an injury. But Rubies and City both, they only had minimal mistakes. I think after the stoppage, they definitely, you can tell the message was to hold on to the footy, because prior to that they'd both struggled a little bit and made a few mistakes. So you definitely can tell that the message was to hold on to the footy, which they did better. But I think the second half's going to come down to whoever can complete their kit to the corner and hold on to the footy coming out of their end. And then I feel like the tries are going to be scored like how Ellie Williams scored it, through the middle, nice and simple.
Yeah, let's have a look at that try that splits the sides. It was the 5'8". She scored a double in their win over New South Wales Country yesterday and summed it up close to the line. Nice dummy, saw the markers a little slow. And she has the Queensland Rubies ahead, defending champions as they talk it over. And conversely, New South Wales City, we saw how slick they were in attack yesterday. It's not really gelling for them in that sense today. You can sense a little bit of frustration creeping in that their game plan is not quite working. What's the message to them? To keep battling away, or do they need to just sit down and calm things a little bit?
Probably calm things a little bit. I mean, it's only 6-0, so it's a very tight game. It's going to take one little breakaway to close that gap. So, again, probably holding on to that footy and playing their style of footy. I mean, this number 6, Urenema, is it? She has a cracking game, awesome kicking game, as you can see here.
Yeah, trying to find the sideline. They may pounce early. Is it a double knock-on potentially? And I'll say the first knock-on came from New South Wales City. So, luck going away the Rubies off the kickoff. We've seen, not for the first time today.
Yeah, I'm a Queenslander, but I think that was a bit of a tough call, that one. I think that one may have come off Queensland, but unfortunately that's rugby league, and they've got the break here, so Queensland will need to really use this. Here we've got the replay here. Comes off her leg, and I think, ooh, it's close. Yeah, probably could have gone either way, 50-50, but...
Well, decision was to the Rubies, and they have to work it out from their own end. This time yesterday, it was 24-0 for New South Wales City against the Sapphires, so completely different game. They'll have to fight if they want to be national champs. All in front, inside the 10, so a penalty helps the Rubies out of their own end once more. Of course, the Rubies out defending champs at under-19 level. It was an all-Queensland affair in Redcliffe last year. One piece of silverware already gone to New South Wales. New South Wales Country, our open age champs. The Rubies with a strong carry through Kia. She gets to the 30. Good to see them get really expansive and have Wheeler involved. We play the walk. Colch has made some good metres out of dummy half. Helps herself to 10 more of those. Spin it to the left this time. Korea Ratu puts it through the hands. Play it 5 out from the line.
Bit of a short side there if they go for it. No.
Spin it to the right. They go in a different direction. Kite. Pull down. Last tackle now. They're a metre out from the line. Danger signs for City. Already conceded one try. Gerard shrugging them off. She burrows down. Just short of the line though. And they've survived.
Not a bad set there from Queensland. I know it might not have been the perfect finish for them, but look where they are. And now that they can jam this City team up this end and try and keep them up here and make them kick early up their end of the field. So I think that the coach will be very happy with that set.
See Uranamua in the shot behind play there. It seems to be feeling a shoulder. So not what New South Wales City need. One of their key players as they work out from their own end. Slow to play it again. Here's Beckett. Now Leo, the back 5, helping their forwards. Some carries. Physical game, this one. Hot conditions here on the Gold Coast as well. It's been a bruising 4 days in the Harvey Norman NRL Women's Championship. We're still away to winner. Wilson takes it to the line. Poulet helps it forward. Nice from Beckett. They're away here, Leo. 4 tries in the tournament.
Okay, last tackle. Here, girls. Oh!
Last tackle now. They finish the set with an attacking kick. Hangs in the air. Good under the high ball. Again, the Rubies. Batty. Lutu had to hang out the right arm and grab the jersey or she was away.
Hold, go.
See the defensive line starting to break a little under the fatigue.
Together.
Plenty of time left in this. Queensland Rubies 6 lead New South Wales City 0. Adam Santarossa and Meg Ward here with you in commentary. We'll go to Cameron Stallard on the sideline in a moment to let us know what the talk was at half-time between both camps.
Okay, 12 off the arm.
Kariratu
24. Go, 3.
play it just inside City's half, and meters coming easily here for the Rubies as the City players start to fall off tackles.
Together.
Kia it was who charged forward once again.
Hold, go, 4.
Played by Barnes. Kariratu plays a short side. Is that touch from City?
0.
0 tackles, so 6 more.
Here we are. Hold. Hold.
So
go.
more defence coming for the New South Wales side, but they're let off the hook here as Janke spills the beans. And let's go down to Cameron and get his halftime update.
Yeah, I was about to give Queensland a big rap there. That was their first error. They were completing it 100% into that error there. But from the sheds there at halftime for the Rubies, they just spoke about just keep doing what they're doing, the 6-0 lead. They're quite happy with their first half. Whereas for New South Wales, Kate Mullally just spoke about their forwards really challenging them to win the ruck and run hard. I thought they were pretty good for a majority of the first half, but they did fall away a little bit in that middle third. They also spoke about winning the right to play footy, given their completion rate was below 50%, 4 from 9. That's a big thing that the coaching staff from New South Wales will want to see an improvement on in this second 20 minutes.
And so Hiku battles her away, just shy of the 40-metre line.
6 hold. Go, 2.
Here's Poulet, one who's impressed in this City side throughout the tournament. Cherrington. Wilson, Hopewadi, another who's putting her name up in lights in this tournament. We've got a Queensland player down. And there are some bruising contact out there, as there has been for 4 days. And this game remains in the balance. Let's look at the replay.
We tackle 4, guys. Tackle 4.
Northey just getting a bit caught under there, unfortunately. Hopewadi, so strong, just runs such a hard line. You could just see that she just got a bit stuck underneath her. Might have had a little bit of a clash with the head.
Yeah, plenty of claret spilled across the 4 days. You can see what it means to these players. They want to be under-19 national champions. Ruby's got to experience it last year. New South Wales want to steal back the trophy this time.
Very serious Tani Norris down there, not cracking a smile at all on the bench. Good to see she's up and walking at least. Unfortunately heading off with maybe what might be a HIA.
Giving the thumbs up Northey. So we may yet see her return. Her replacement is Sonny Gerard. So fascinating 14 minutes remain. Our under-19 national final. New South Wales City with the favourites coming in. Last tackle now. Lutu with it. Does the kicking. Attacking kick. Bounce of the ball. Falls into the arms of Batty, and she's met by a strong tackle from Lutu, who did the kicking and led the chase as well.
Awesome contact there by Lutu. I've actually loved her this tournament. I feel like her all-round game, defence and attack, she's been one of the standouts for City. I've really enjoyed watching her play.
Hopewadi. Good contact from her again.
Okay,
Soliola down low to halt the Ruby's progression. Juggle from Barnes at dummy half. Gerard into the line. Williamson met a strong tackle from Leo. Read it superbly. Well, the physical work of both sides. It was their slickness in attack that we saw at the pool stage. This final is all about toughness. It's a bruising affair. Just the one try in it to now. Kariratu does the kicking.
10, 14, 15.
Hiku will run it back. She's gone back to fullback given the injury to Sienna Williams. So a bit of a reshuffle to their back line.
13, go. Good girls, thank you.
Lutu. Mentioned her X factor.
Release. Hit 12. Hold. Go 2.
Now it's Cass. Gets them over halfway. It's come out. It's going to be a penalty. Hand on the ball. So good meters here for New South Wales City to have a shot at their try line.
Probably not what Queensland needed then. They probably just needed to stay disciplined. I feel like that was third tackle, so heading towards the end of the set. So let's see if City can capitalise on the end of this in Queensland's half.
Reminder,
10, 14,
scores are level at the end. We do have golden points, so
Hold.
we needed it for our Open Women's final last year. And they've coughed it up again.
Girls, we're all in front.
And a reprieve for New South Wales City because the Rubies were all inside the tent. So let off the hook for Soliola's handling error.
Okay, let's wait.
So they'll start 30 out from the line. It's a really firing attack, but we know their capabilities given their performance yesterday.
14, stand.
Jackson plays it.
Go one.
Sherrington out of dummy half, running for the first time. Inside the tent she goes.
Okay, 11, stand.
Solid contact by Larson.
Hold.
Watch for
Hold,
Lutu
go.
close to the line as well. Soliola, hard to stop. Doing their best.
Okay, roll
Three
out.
Ruby's players holding her run. Sherrington.
Back.
And it all comes to nothing again, so that attack misfiring.
Square and hold.
Just a lack of communication there, hurting New South Wales City.
Pretty unfortunate they had some really good go forward right on the line. They just got a little bit scrambled. And now Queensland working it out. They'll look to complete this set again and get to their kick.
12, stand. Hold, girls.
So final game of the Harvey Norman NRL Women's Championship. Our under-19 final hangs in the balance.
Great
Footwork
footwork.
from Larson.
Straight up.
Cuts the line open. That's where you needed support.
Hold.
City need to be next to score. You feel if the Rubies can find another try,
Last tackle.
may just be too hard to peg them back. 10 minutes remaining, halfway point of this second half. Williamson. Hang it up for Tohai Hiku. She'll run it back strongly, as she has across 4 days of the tournament.
Hold. Go one.
Here's Liu. 4 tries. Leading New South Wales City's charge.
Here. Go 2. 11, too deep.
Beckett scoot out of dummy half. So the back 5 making some good meters. Over halfway she goes.
Release. Here.
Quick play the balls as well. Rubies not quite set. Maeva. Has she lost it?
Hands on the ball. Stand.
Penalty. So
No.
successive sets coming for City.
Back here.
It's a second straight penalty for the Rubies.
We're tapping. With your foot.
9 minutes to find some points.
13, release.
Going in, you probably expected a try-a-thon given
Hold. Go one.
City had 8 at this point yesterday. Hopewadi. Impressive.
Roll, roll off. 11,
Charging
here.
on, racking up the meters in this final. Wilson takes it to the line. Now Poulay damaging, good angled run, hard to stop, this close to the line.
Ow.
Takes 4 for the Rubies to do so. Pressure mounting, Hopewadi has another charge, she's over the line.
Hold up.
She's held up though.
What an effort by Queensland Rubies to hold up Hopewadi. Great line by Hopewadi. Awesome effort there by Emma Barnes to get her body underneath the ball. Perfect goal line tackle.
Go
They'll still have 2 tackles outside the 10. Lutu, they Swing it to the right. Chance out wide here to answer back. Can Cass find the corner? Has she got it down? She's in touch.
Okay, girls, it's in goal, so we got a 20.
So lost over the line. They had them stretched to the right. They just had to work it out.
Yep. Okay, we're on the 30 here.
And lost just short of the line. So
In the middle, in the middle. Keep going that way, keep going that way.
20 tap to the Rubies, and good defence gets reward.
Great defence by the girls there, scrambling out. Great attack too. It was awesome to see Lutu playing a bit of footy. Could see that there was space out wide, went out the back. Unfortunate not to complete it in the corner. But great effort by the Rubies scrambling, and great set here getting out. Nearly back to halfway.
Was that a moment New South Wales City look back on if the result doesn't go their way? Was that their chance to get back into this contest? Rubies marching up the field. Williamson, Gerard. Stripped out, so she's lost the ball. So well done from Beckett.
Okay, good, thank you.
Awesome footy mindset then from City. You could see they actually had 3 in the tackle, and I don't know what their call is, but you could see 2 of the girls break away while the other one went for the strip. Especially in these last 6 minutes of the game, something like that, that could be something that they look back on and say, hey, that's what our try came off the back of.
Cherrington has some tired markers. She felt she had her hair pulled there. Wanted a penalty. Still she fights just shy of the 30-metre line. Here's Duckett. Last tackle now. Wilson will want it. Does she put it through the hands, or do they send it to the air? Through the hands it goes. Beckett, Leo, a finisher. Interception. They'll go the other way. There's a foot race on. It's only a Ruby and New South Wales City. They are racing away. It's Chitalaugi, and a good one-on-one tackle from Latu. On the retreat are City. This could seal the under-19 final. Had to give it. They had numbers everywhere. It was Talia Marshall. She might be down injured. And it allows New South Wales City to set their line. And what a moment that was. 6 minutes remaining. Just had to throw the footy.
Oh, that one hurts. That's an absolute coach killer. Amazing work by Helen for the intercept. Here we go. They had the numbers. Great read by the winger. She chose to come in, stuck her hand out. If you're going to do that, you got to get it, and that's what she did, and ran. She looked like she was going to get it for all money, but Lutu, like I said earlier, cracking player, never gave up, came across, just got her. Helen did the right thing, took the tackle for the girls to play on the back of that, but unfortunately Marshall just wasn't able to give the ball off and picked up a bit of an injury, which has given City the chance to reset here.
Well,
but what's that second tackle? So still got 3 tackles on the line here.
There is a player you wanted to have the ball at that part of the field. It's Talia Marshall. She is their leading try scorer this tournament, but on that occasion, just needed to give the pass. New South Wales City breathing a massive sigh of relief, but an all-or-nothing play. Right, Yuta Algi didn't quite have the pace to do it herself, but there could be more points coming.
Okay, pick the ball up.
This is a moment in the under-19 national final. Can they find a second try and some breathing space? The Queenslanders. It's a tiring New South Wales City. They fired their shots. They came back with no points. Barnes the dummy half. Korea Ratu takes it to the line.
Okay, out together.
Now centimetres from the try line. City know they can't afford to let points in here if they want to be under-19 national champs. They go to the short side, Korea Ratu, it's 3-on-3. Fires it out wide, they have a try here. Celebration time for the Rubies. Credit the work of the halfback. Chante Korea Ratu saw they were stretched. And it's Wheeler, she was injured moments ago. A 5th try of the tournament, and that may be too far to come back for New South Wales City. Natalia Marshall crossing in the corner. And an important conversion here from Williamson. We'll see the drama we've seen.
Where it all started.
Mr. Algi running away. New South Wales City Latu, just as it looked like she was going to score, was Talia Marshall, who had to give the pass. We thought she may have bombed the try, but to her credit, it's she who finishes the ball from Korea Ratu. And look at the work from the halfback.
See here, Korea Ratu, we talk about talent up and coming. She is absolutely one of them. Just to have the eyes there to see that the winger and the centre had tucked right in and that her player was spare on the outside, and to be able to fire the pass out there, it's exciting. We talk about these girls coming through, and they're definitely some of them. We can see there Chelsea Lenarduzzi in the background. Hello, Chelsea. Some of the NRLW girls showing up here.
You're good to see them coming down, supporting the next wave of Queensland stars. Ellie Williamson has an important kick that would take it out to 2 converted tries. 3.5 minutes remaining.
I'll find out what way they're going.
Queensland Rubies look like
Probably try go short.
defending
So I'll find out
this national crown.
what way they're going. Okay. Yep, easy. Yeah.
Good contact. Waved away though. So it remains 10 points to 0. Talia Marshall has her 5th try of the national champs, leading try scorer in this under-19 competition. But what about the assist from the halfback, Shante Korea Ratu? She was receiving treatment about 60 seconds before scoring the try, but dusted herself off.
Okay, behind!
Found her way to the corner, and that could just seal another national title to the Rubies. City aim
Good
for the
kick.
sideline. They've done well though. Atlanta Peters
One up now!
does it one-handed, and they just need to be clean here with their set. Get a good kick in.
11 release, 13.
Clock is their friend.
Hold. Go to.
Itali takes them just short of halfway.
Hold. Go 3.
Good contact again. They have not stopped firing shots as Tutalili.
Tackle 4. Number 16.
Hopewadi, who is just dusting herself off, given the contact. She has tried her heart out today.
I think it might be Uranamel.
Let's have a look at that
Boom.
contact there. You see
Big
it is the
collision.
5'8" Uranamua.
Uranamua, sorry. Big contact.
As we've seen across the 4 days, the Harvey Norman NRL Women's Championships, it's been bruising 4 days, but highly entertaining, and looks as though the championship's going to remain in Queensland.
2 minutes to go. You'd think that City are going to need maybe a one-on-one strip here or something to score within the next minute to give them that potential crack, and Rubies will just be looking to hold on to this ball, complete the set,
We're going to wait for the interchange.
kick to finish it off.
We can see Uranamua having a bit of a laugh as she makes the way off the field. So
I can tell you that wasn't a joke from Mick Baines. He's not very funny, the physio. Give him a little shout out. Hopefully she's all good and she'll shake that off.
one of the New South Wales City players who've had a fine tournament.
Hold.
Talk about the talent on show for the next gen. There's plenty of it out there. Korea Ratu.
It looks like Georgina Tuatali, who had the head clash with, is it Uranamel? Sorry.
Yeah.
Looks like they might have had a bit of a head clash and she's being taken away too.
Yeah, her nose streaming blood at the moment. So scars of what has been a physical affair between these sides. New South Wales City and the Rubies. City will have to get desperate. They've got 90 seconds. They'll get a penalty to help their cause.
There it is, yep.
I'll take it quickly as well.
Good now, 7.
Often charging forward towards halfway. Maeva will play it.
Go 1.
Duckett turns it in ball. Good run again, Hopewadi. Not for the first time today. She's broken the defensive line. Still charging on over the 30. Final minute of our under-19s final. Cherrington. Wilson have them backpedaling. There's some space opening for them.
6, release. Go 3.
They are to score. They must do it now. Cherrington takes it to the line. Does she get it down? Well, they answer back with a try. Do they have enough time?
The kicker needs to grab this ball and get it kicked quickly. Get time stopped.
Well, Cherrington has the try. She's the goal kicker as well, so
Oh, she's hurting. She's trying.
she knows how crucial it can be as well, given.
There you go. They've called no kick
Yeah,
here.
they're going to decline the kick, so they have time for the kickoff. We may not even have time for that as time continues to tick away. Cherrington, she was named as a shining light before the tournament began. Time off with 4 seconds remaining.
What did Queensland do here? Just kick long.
Make them go the length.
Yep.
We've seen some stunning pieces of rugby league across these 4 days, some thrilling finishes.
Behind kicker.
New South Wales City can turn this around. We topped a lot. In a frustrating game for City. They have a try. They have one play to come up with a miracle.
Who's their go-to? Who are they looking for?
Duckett has it. I'll put it through the hands. Cherrington.
Numbers.
Leo is where they'll try to get it. She is their leading try scorer. Beckett jinks off the right. They're going to have to do the spectacular. Ruby's just corralling them. They've only ventured 20 metres. Soliola throwing it around. Her second touch of the set. Cass has
Bring it
pace.
back in.
They've done well to get to halfway. They just need to keep it alive. They can't manage it. And the Queensland Rubies are the under-19 national champions for the second straight year. New South Wales City, the favourites coming in. But the physical work, the defensive work of the Rubies, they will hold on to take the championship by 6 points in a thrilling contest.